The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
So I went to the grand final in Sydney on Sunday, and I went down there with one of my older boys, Sid, or my middle boy, Sid. He lives in Sydney, so we caught up with him down there, but I went down there with my youngest boy, Archie, and that was his first ever grand final.
Oh, he would have loved. I've seen him at Origins. He gets into it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of,
He's a total rugby league.
He loves it.
He's a total league head.
Speaking about Nick wearing sporting gear, like there was maybe not anymore, but for a while there, you didn't see Archie in anything but sporting
footy shorts,
and jersey. Like he lived in that stuff.
Every picture of him growing up, he's wearing something that's footy apparel.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal for him, and I got given it, Sam, as a Father's Day present. So, basically my wife Jode organised it all. We paid for it, and my kids handed over a card saying you're taking us to the grand final. But I didn't pay any attention to it other than Jode sort of said I flew down Sunday morning, 6 o'clock Sunday morning. She goes, Qantas, 6 o'clock Sunday morning. And I'm like, in my head, I go, it's going to be an early start because I live on the Gold Coast. Qantas flight, so we're flying out of Brizzy, 6 o'clock.
Jeez.
So Archie and I got up and we left the coast at like just about 4:15.
Yeah, wow.
On Sunday morning. Archie's full excited, can't wait. And I'm like, okay, this will be a good day. Get to the airport, 5:15 or something. I already had I'm checked in. So Jade had checked us in, got the ticket, so went through security. I get up to I go, let's go into the Qantas Club. And we can have I'll have a cup of coffee, you can make some pancakes or whatever before we get on the flight. And I get my thing and I show it to the lady to come to the Qantas Club. She goes, this flight's out of Coolangatta.
Oh, mate. That is such a rookie mistake.
You've had some horrible experiences on airplanes in the last 3 weeks.
Whose fault's that? Let's just get to
It's my fault.
All right, okay.
It's my fault. Without doubt, it's my fault. But I never knew Qantas flew out of the Gold Coast. I just didn't.
So what'd you do? Did you get a flight out of where you were?
So my heart sunk, and I said to Archie, I just turned to him straight away. I went, mate, we've missed the flight.
Your dad's a bit of a dud.
Yeah, we've missed the flight. And the look on his face was just like, I don't think I've ever felt worse. And Jode, I rang Jode, I'm walking back to the car, and, you know what I did? I put into maps straight away. I put into maps Sydney, like from here to Sydney, from the
You're gonna drive?
Brisbane airport. And it came up like 9.5 or 10 hours. It was like...
So you could have got there.
It was like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, Archie, we can do it. Like, regardless of what happens here, we are going to the game.
Yes.
But we might have to drive the whole day, Sunday. And I rang Jode, and she never gets... no, that's not true. She does get upset.
Be very careful
just for
what
the
you're going to say.
But not often does she get upset. And I've rung her, I've gone, Jade, I'm in Brisbane. And she's like,
Did she know it was Coolangatta?
Yeah, she booked the flight. So
yeah.
Yeah. And she gave me the boarding pass.
So you're sure it's not her fault? I'm feeling like I could probably front foot this for you and get some blame switched.
I was like, Jade, I'm at Brisbane. I'm at Brisbane Airport, and she's just lost it. How could you? And I said, Jade, I couldn't feel any worse right now. Like, honestly, we're going to find a solution. And
So
Can you help me?
Yes. Well, that's what I did because I knew that she had. So as I'm walking back, and that's where I was grateful that the Broncos didn't make the grand final
because it wasn't hectic.
There were still tickets available.
They're not expensive.
Remember this time last year?
Yeah.
Well, this time last year when the Bronx were in the grand final, I got tickets at the last moment. I couldn't even get flights. So for some reason I was thinking it was going to be like that, but we bought two extra tickets to get down there. Lost the flights to the coast and we were able to fly down. But if the Bronx had been there...
Well, that cost you, out of curiosity. Because remember they were talking about price gouging getting to the AFL grand final week before?
Yeah.
Was it over like... $1,500 for the AFL.
Yeah, it was overs, but at that point...
Last minute tickets.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I was happy just to get it. Yeah, and then and there was one stage there where they said, I went, can we change our flights back to the Gold Coast because now I've got my car in Brisbane.
Yeah,
can we change them to? No, sir.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
I said burn.
It's All right, Nick won the toss and he's elected to bat first. So he's leading off this morning, shooting for 7 in a row.
All right.
You ready, son?
5 seconds, Nick, and it starts now.
The Mormon TikTok trend that's giving everyone the shakes.
And he does it with a smirk right at the end. He looked straight into your soul. How'd you feel?
I felt violated.
Sometimes I feel like he reaches and he finds,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
I
By the
feel
way,
it.
did he say the morbid or the Mormon?
Mormon.
Mormon.
Oh, I thought he said Mormon.
I heard Mormon.
Okay, Mormon. Okay.
All right. Let's see if Alicia can wrestle off the win. Here we go.
Wake up, babe. The downfall of Liam Payne is happening on Twitter and people are here for it.
Liam Payne from One Direction.
Oh, yeah, One Direction
was it?
fans. Yeah, I think so.
You hit the post there, Alicia. That was nice.
Yeah,
that was
nice.
perfectly
That's one of your
timed.
strongest.
Well done.
It really was.
Memory.
Do you want to go first, Sam? Which one piqued your interest, Alicia or
Nick.
Nick?
To be honest, I just want to hear Nick talk again
Okay.
because he takes it very, very seriously. Just don't make eye contact with me with this.
Yeah,
with
it's-
me this time.
You rattled
Freaking
her.
out.
It's
I can't
confronting.
even
You've
talk
rattled
now.
her.
It's confronting, isn't it?
We should tell Sam the loser will be on the podcast.
And he hasn't even
Either
had-
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
He hasn't even had his protein shake yet. So imagine what he's like after one of them.
It's like the Brian Toho pre-grand final meal. You got a Coke Zero there and everything.
I'm going to go Alicia just because it puts some pressure on you. Ash was the
Yeah,
deciding
well,
vote.
yeah, the Mormon, it didn't grab me, Nick.
Oh,
It didn't
no,
grab me. I've got to
headphones.
be honest.
And you will hear the other one in the podcast anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep. So One Direction.
Nick's
Alicia.
shocked. Nick's actually shocked.
Yes.
Yeah, back to reserve grade, son.
Get out.
Hey, back to reserve
Devastated.
grade.
You'll hear him in the podcast.
Yeah.
Slap him out, guys.
You know what? You'll get longer with
And he
him
can
in the podcast.
extrapolate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that the word?
okay.
You won't be able to shut him up.
It'll be 20 minutes. It'll be a 20-minute pod.
Yeah, so what got?
So Liam Payne, the downfall of Liam Payne is happening on Twitter. And people
no.
are here for it. So it started over the weekend. He attended one of Niall Horan's shows in Argentina.
So Niall's the Irish fella. Liam's just English, right?
Yeah.
What's everyone's
They're all
favourite
One
Liam
Direction,
Payne song?
right?
Yeah, they're both
I couldn't name one. I could not
Exactly.
name one song.
Sunshine.
I don't think I've ever heard this song.
I've never heard this song.
No, it's very catchy.
Oh, hang on. The one that you might know.
Go on.
Give me a second.
Adelaide.
There's no hook.
Well, yeah.
Is this his biggest hit?
Nah.
You'd be in trouble if that's
Yeah.
Where is it?
But he travelled to Argentina. Oh, I know this one. Yeah,
It's a
okay.
good song.
This one, Sam?
nice.
This is good because it's got Quavo on it.
He's a one-hit
I've
wonder
never heard
outside
it.
of One Direction.
But, like,
Yeah.
I'm into it.
So he flew to Argentina to go to one of Niall's shows there, and he was accused of trying to steal the spotlight from his ex-bandmate because he was doing like lots of dances for the fans and like trying to interact. Like he was in a VIP booth, so he wasn't like in amongst the fans, but he was like trying to get their attention.
Probably trying to get dragged up on stage.
Yeah.
Probably. So he was like singing Grease to them before the show even started. And then while the show was going on, he was doing the Macarena. Like really weird.
You just say that, and I already know what type of person he is.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
Yeah.
So that kind of kicked it off. And then his ex-fiance is apparently, this is in the background, she's going to be releasing a book that's going to detail like the inside of their relationship and then his beef with the band as well, because he's famously like said negative things about them all before.
Really?
Yeah, he went on I think it was either Joe Rogan or Logan Paul or someone like that. He went on a podcast and he was like, oh yeah, we all hate each other, none of us talk to each other outside of that, and Simon Cowell picked me to be the front man of the band, like I was supposed to be the Harry Styles
Come on,
and
buddy.
all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it's
No
all
one
a
knows
bit,
your songs.
Yeah. Tell your story,
Walker.
Pretty much.
Who's buying that book, by the way?
Yeah. From
the guy from One Direction who everyone forgets.
The Ash, Latsy and Susie Snackbox.
Sam Frost sitting in this morning, came in at 7 o'clock. So you live on the sunny coast,
Yeah,
correct?
I'm in the sunny coast. I've had a ball this morning. This has been a lot of fun.
It's gone quick.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So what you just did the
Hey, don't make it too obvious.
No, it's
No,
not
so
easy.
you
at
guys,
all.
very
you guys are
difficult.
working
It's
really
not
hard.
easy at all.
Yeah. If anyone's listening.
Very small percentage of the population can do this job. It's important that everyone acknowledges. It's important that everyone acknowledges that, Ashley.
What am I talking about? Yes. Good correction. Yeah.
So was the drive you drove this morning?
Yep, a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yep, cruised with all the other people in bumper to bumper traffic. But you know what? It's worth it spending time with you guys this morning. Hey?
So you hanging around afterwards, eh? Well, just
No, I got to go. But
straight back on the whatever it is, the Breeze Highway.
No, hang around and will you do the podcast with
yeah,
us?
of course, that'll be fun.
Your mate Nick he'll run the
Oh,
podcast
yes,
for us.
I'm just looking forward to hearing his stories.
So what is life for you at the moment though? Like you're on the sunny coast, you got kids?
Yeah. I
Kids?
got my
What-
little babe. I got my 18-month-old Ted, who's a legend.
So one kid?
Yeah, just one.
Ted.
Ted.
Yeah.
And he's
Ted.
he's a cool dude.
What's his actual name?
Theodore. Sorry.
You don't know your kids' name.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
Tickets to Coldplay live in Sydney, flights, accommodation, all sorted out. Head to the Nova Player app or get on air with us for the rest of this show and we'll send you there.
Speaking of Sydney,
Oh, good segue. That's how it's done, Sam.
excellence is rewarded on this show, Sam, just so you know. A mate of Ash,
Just, you know what? Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
That can be the break.
just a segue to nothing.
Yeah.
Lutzi and Susie
I'm
only
joking.
on Nova 106.
I'm joking.
Not the worst break, man.
That's your best out of the year.
Yeah, not bad. I caught up with a mate of Ash and mine that we used to. I won't say his name just in case there's legal proceedings pending. A mate of ours, Ash.
Now I wanna know his
We
name.
sent a loose video of us.
Oh, yes,
yesterday,
yeah.
having a drink in Sydney, and he was like. He goes, can you guys notice my head?
Your video's got so much loose through your day.
Pretty loose videos.
It'd be like, Ash, another thing.
I think it was mostly our friend that was sending him, not me.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes, can you see my head? And I'm like, what do you mean? And I had a closer look, and he had like a whole it looked like he'd sort of shaved a chunk out of his head.
Oh.
And then the front looked all frizzled, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah,
And I went,
sure.
what on earth happened?
Has he been to Turkey?
No. I've gone, yeah, what on earth? And what happened was he was at some fancy bar in Sydney, I think on Sunday. I can't remember the name of the bar. Probably best we don't mention it again for legal reasons.
It's quite the weekend you've had.
I wasn't there, but he's sitting there, and this fancy bar / restaurant he was at had this massive chandeliers.
Oh.
And the chandeliers have candles, massive candles in them.
Oh, no.
And he's just sitting there. A candle has fallen out of the chandelier, come down, and so as it's thinking, it's still lit, probably just as, being, what's the word? Like the flames probably died on the way down.
Yeah.
But you got hot wax.
Yeah.
So the hot wax has gone bang, and
Burnt
it's
his
burnt.
face.
So all the frizzled hair is like burnt hair,
Oh, no.
and also burnt his scalp a bit here.
Really?
And also cut a huge, not cut out, but like it's the hair's burnt off his head.
Wow, that's pretty bad if you're that restaurant.
It's pretty bad. Like they gave him a free meal.
No, mate.
I'm like, mate,
Might need a little bit more than that.
I'll pretend
Just
I'm
so
a
you
lawyer.
know, that garlic bread
Yeah.
is on the house.
100%. That's what they said. And I said, I'm thinking $500,000 you can squeeze out of it.
Oh, 100%.
I said, I'll represent you if I can get 20% of it. I'll do it. Don't you reckon?
Oh, mate.
Like you think of those la-di-da Sydney restaurants, they'd be having
They've got a lot of money.
meetings today about if is this dude going to ring us?
Yeah, they're like, oh, no, but we gave him free garlic
Yeah,
bread.
free garlic bread.
Did anything happen to cause the candle to fall
No,
out?
it was
Like,
just the thing. I dare say that we know the chandeliers,
flames anymore.
chandeliers will be gone by this week.
Jeez, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, don't you reckon? That's
I would
pretty
just
bad.
send them a legal letter just to scare them a bit, see what else they've got.
That's what I said to do.
Make them empty their pockets. Why not?
Yeah. There you go. There's the advice.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
I'm trying to work out what happened on this Qantas flight from Sydney to Tokyo that happened over the weekend. Qantas has apologised after an R-rated movie was played to an entire plane full of passengers travelling from Sydney to Tokyo.
R-rated.
What's
that?
Which is R? Like it's
What's-
that
yeah.
one down from X.
How's that? Which ones are?
Well,
As if you don't know, mate. Come on.
No,
but R you'll
the
get.
ones you'd get.
Ours.
You could get it from your Blockbuster video store, but you had to go to Fishwick to get the X.
Yes.
That's the
yes.
best way to explain it.
Yes.
No, you'd see some nudity.
You'd see full nudity
Or
in
violence.
art.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Well, this was the former.
So what do you?
Lutzy.
Well, you mean like you're saying everyone saw it? So it's one of those planes where the screen pops down and you've only got one option.
Well, I'll give you the
No,
story.
They still did that.
Technical issues meant the crew could only broadcast
Right.
one movie across every screen.
Oh, no.
And after requests from some passengers, the movie
Basic Instinct?
The movie Daddy-O was chosen.
Daddy-O.
It sounds like it's a bit of a cover-up. I don't know how all these people requested that film and then they're like, yeah, sure, that's fine, without checking the rating or... Like,
Well,
were
yeah, well,
kids on board?
How did they do the vote?
Yeah, who did the? Was it okay?
Hands up, everyone, if you want to watch this.
Daddy-O. Do we know anything about this movie?
The 2023
Give us a synopsis.
drama stars Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson as a taxi driver and his passenger.
Yeah.
As they discuss their relationships, including an affair Johnson's character had with a married man.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but if it's called Daddy-O, surely red flags would have come up, you know? There's not
Yeah.
many sweet rom-coms called Daddy-O, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
you know?
No, there isn't.
One passenger described the R-rated movie as extremely inappropriate, saying it featured graphic nudity and a lot of sexting. And they're saying that you could
mixed
literally read the text on screen without needing headphones.
Yeah, like Gavin in 34F said it was erotic tour de force. So, I mean, you know, you're getting a lot of different people saying different things there, aren't you?
Each to their own.
Each to their own.
Some people were probably very pleased, I think.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way they used to do it back in the old days. You'd travel and there'd only be like the pop down screen, and everyone would have to watch the same movie.
Yeah, right.
So this must have just been the same movie playing on the back of everyone's seat.
Yeah.
In front of them.
Susie was telling me last
what
week
did she say?
when she was younger, like that should be a pantomime.
The Ash, Lutzy and Susie Snackbox.